England has recently emerged as one of the more successful teams in tournament football, without really winning any hardware after failing to fully use their celebrated golden generation. The Three Lions were defeated in the final of the Euro 2020 championship match after making it all the way to the semi-finals of Russia 2018, and will be among the favorites to win it all in Qatar. What is England's best lineup, and where do their weaknesses and strengths lie? How will they play in Qatar? Come on, let's have a look. First up, let's start with the strengths. England will be seeking revenge for its setback in the 2020 Euros final. At the 2022 FIFA World Cup, England will be hoping to stage a comeback and eventually advance all the way to the championship. Goalkeeper. Jordan Pickford has been Gareth Southgate's first choice in goal, and he has assisted his country in making it to both the Euro 2020 final and the 2018 World Cup semi-finals. Pickford acknowledges that after being a model of consistency for both club and country over the previous few years, he is going into the World Cup next month with a high level of confidence. Defense. England naturally spends less time out of possession than other teams do since they have such a strong possession advantage. With this approach to the game, England will frequently encounter opponents who aim to defeat them with swift, direct counterattacks. Cutting off these attacks at the source is crucial. We can see that England's ability to recover in the final third is great. It's reassuring for England fans to see that both their defensive dual win percentage and aerial dual win percentage score so highly when considering merely overall defense stability. Midfield. At Euro 2021, England's defensive pivot of Declan Rice and Calvin Phillips provided a foundation upon which to build, and if Phillips can somehow regain his fitness, they are anticipated to maintain their combination in Qatar. Due to Jude Bellingham's quick climb, Southgate now has another choice. Depending on the team's formation, Mason Mount will likely start as the link player between midfield and attack. The England manager must decide whether to start Liverpool captain Jordan Henderson or a more youthful, energetic player like Chelsea's Conor Gallagher. Now let's look at England's attacking force. England has a bunch of forwards who take a reasonable number of shots per 90 minutes, in addition to getting a lot of touches in the box. There aren't any exceptionally weak players. Contrarily, the center forwards take more shots than the wide players, despite the wide players often having more touches in the box per 90 than their center forward counterparts. That is to be anticipated. Now let's have a look at the weaknesses. When you glance around, the atmosphere seems hazy. Even while this might be the case, the toxicity in England's environment actually might be what harms them the most. Goalkeeper. Pickford was unable to join the previous squad due to an injury, but he will be confident of keeping the #1 jersey come World Cup time. But this is where the issue is. Is he confident enough to bounce? Defense. This section is far worse. Over the past several weeks, injuries have kept piling up, with England's defensive ranks being the most severely affected. While representing his nation, John Stones suffered a hamstring injury. Kyle Walker underwent groin surgery. Reece James's knee is in a brace for protection. Harry Maguire is facing a confidence issue and is already losing shape. And in a perfect scenario, Southgate may have planned on starting that quartet at the World Cup in just a few days. Midfield. Southgate has lost one of his players who can display composure on the ball because Calvin Phillips is now undergoing surgery for his problematic shoulder issue. Although he wasn't always as deep as he was when Marcelo Bielsa made him the Yorkshire Pirlo, Phillips was chosen as England's Player of the Year in 2021 for his impact in matches. Declan Rice is nearly expected to start for Southgate, but his performance this year has mirrored that of West Ham, who have had trouble starting games. But in Phillips' absence, it will be up to him to motivate Southgate's midfield. And lastly, attack. Finding holes in England's strike is difficult because they have so much ability. Harry Kane is their captain and unquestionably their top player, along with Raheem Sterling, Jack Grealish, Marcus Rashford, and Phil Foden. But closer inspection reveals that their lack of communication among the attacking players is what loses them every key match. As the tournament approaches, Southgate will be anxious to control the pressure on his team, but the former defender should also have confidence in his team to deliver yet another great performance. Can England win the trophy back home? Do let us know your valuable comments. Stay tuned and have a nice day.